You're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup to cover up. Being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I can see, you'll understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful.
The year is 1946. The Second World War is over. Soldiers return home. Streets hum with the promise of peace. And businesses such as cinemas, factories, and offices rise from the rubble. In Britain, limited liability companies are booming. Ordinary people are bank shares, owning a piece of something bigger than themselves. For some, it's their future. For others, a gamble. But there's a catch to this. You see, in the world of corporate law, fairness isn't always written into the articles, and justice doesn't always sit on the balance sheet. A company is a body. It is a unit after all. But what happens when one part of the body grows stronger? So strong that everything else falls under its control. This is a story about a fight. Not one for £1,000,000, not over power, but one over principle. A man believed that being part of a company meant something, that promises made in print would ultimately be kept. That law was more than letters. It was loyalty. But in corporate law, the majority ruled.
Our story begins in post-war Britain, 1946. Popcorn may be cheap, but corporate betrayal, that's costly.
New beginnings, dear shareholders. I found buyers for my shares. Fresh capital, fresh vision. Ha 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 ha.
Huh? Buyers? But the company rule says you must offer them to us first.
Article 10 has been amended. As the special resolution has passed 75% of votes, pre-emption rights are no longer binding.
Wait. I did not vote yes for any of this.
This is definitely a stitch up. You are selling to outsiders and cutting us out.
Let's be real, guys. We need new monies. Begin is making a strategic move.
Strategic, or is he being deceitful? This is not right. See you when the begins.
You may be seated. Court is now in session. Case Greenhouse vs. Avian Cinemas Limited. Mr. Greenhouse, you may proceed.
My lord, Mr. Greenhouse relied on the pre-emption right enshrined in the company original articles. The sudden change will allow a power grab. It's unfair.
With respect, the company exercised its legal rights under the corporate law. The alteration was passed through a valid special resolution. It benefits the company.
They call this progress, but it's a door-slam shut. We invested in good faith, but now we are being sidelined.
Tell them, Greenhall.
Ha! Cry me a river.
Order. This is a court, not a cinema. I must ask, was the alteration made in bad faith, or was it, as the law requires, bona fide and benefit the company as a whole?
My lord, but the minor investors have to suffer.
Yet, the company gains new investors, new prospects. The shareholders as a body benefits, even if some individuals lose out.
I sympathize with Mr. Greenholm, but But sympathy is not law. The alteration was made lawfully, in good faith, and benefit the company as a whole. The claim is dismissed.
So this slide pertains to buyback shares. So what does benefit of the company as a whole mean? In this case, it meant that if a decision is made fairly, with proper process, and without malice, even if some lose, it can still be legal. Greenhalgh versus Ardeen Cinemas Limited clarified that the company isn't just the bricks and mortar. It's the people, the shareholders, as a group.
So even if the minority is crushed,
If the process is fair, yes. As we know, the law protects the structure, not the individual's feelings. Hence, that's the double-edged sword of the corporate law.
I lost my case, but I fought for fairness. Sometimes there's worth more than a verdict.
Sometimes business is war. I play by the rules.
And that's the problem with rules.
The law must balance order with justice. Hence, they don't meet.
This was Greenhalgh v Ardeen Cinemas Limited, where loyalty clashed with legality, and the law ultimately drew its own line.
You're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup to cover up. Being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I can see, you'll understand why I want you so desperately. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know, you don't know you're beautiful.
it has been 2 years since the war ended. 1947, post-war Britain. Times were different back then. Britain was changing. The coal industry is nationalized. And in boardrooms across the country, shareholders and directors face new questions about values, rights and duties. This is the story of Scottish Insurance Corporation Limited against Wilsons and Clyde Coal Company Limited, a case that tested the limits of company law, share capital and fiduciary duty.
So good afternoon everyone. We have received the compensation from the National Coal Board. We propose distributing it in accordance with our share structure, and all ordinary shareholders of this company will receive a residual distribution after preferred dividends are all accounted for.
It's about time we see some dividends. We've won this for years.
At whose expense, Mr. Ewing? Preferred shareholders promise priority. Your scheme shift the benefits unfairly.
Students, let us understand what is share capital. Nominal share capital is the face value, whereas issued share capital is what's actually sold. Under the maintenance of capital doctrine, share capital must not be returned to shareholders unless lawfully done through court-approved methods. Preferred shares, on the other hand, are fixed in their benefits but lack in control.
This scheme rewards the speculation over security. You are violating the terms we agreed to.
Excuse you, you got your dividends. We took the risk and deserve the gain too.
Hey guys, calm down. All actions are within the articles. The capital maintenance rules are intact. No capital is being unlawfully reduced or eaten.
The proposed scheme offers pennies with our protection.
We are simply following the valuation model agreed with the QE. The articles give no veto to the preferred shareholders on this.
You act like you own the company. You don't carry the same risk as us.
But we invest for the stability. Preference right exists for a reason. You can't just wash them away with a fancy scheme.
Let's remain civil. All shareholders had access to the prospectus and agreed to the rights in the Constitution. There's been no mismanagement or any breach of fiduciary duty.
So, what's at stake here? The heart of the matter lies in fiduciary duty and whether directors can favor one group of shareholders over another, especially during capital restructuring. Directors owe their duties to a company as a whole, not to any one or two individual shareholders or class. That's a subtle principle. But where schemes of arrangement are involved, fairness and procedure are crucial, or they face legal scrutiny.
Mr. Morton, you may proceed.
My lady, the directors have supported a scheme that benefits the ordinary shareholders at our expense. This is not about profit, it's about principles. Preferred shareholders should not be sidelined when the assets are being redistributed.
We respect the company has acted lawfully. The scheme has passed all the required approvals, including the special resolutions. The preferred shareholders' rights, as defined in the Constitution, have not been infringed.
Maintenance of capital exists to protect creditors and to preserve the company's integrity. Directors cannot return capital to shareholders except through strict legal mechanisms like reduction of capital or redemption of shares. In this case, the preference shareholders were not denied their fixed rights. The rest of the capital belongs to the company to distribute according to lawful procedures.
But what of fairness? Shouldn't the directors consider the preference holder who supported the company during the hard times?
This court is not here to rewrite the articles or redistribute fairness. We are to examine whether there are a breach of duty or misuse of capital.
Every decision taken was in accordance with the legal and constitutional principles. The directors returned the capital legally. They also preserved the capital structure and acted in the company's best interests.
Then, the decision of this court is clear. There was no breach of fiduciary duty. Directors owe their duty to the company, not to specific shareholders. The scheme stands.
Scottish Insurance Corporation Limited against Wilson and Clyde Coal Company Limited clarified an essential doctrine. Directors are stewards of the company, not of individual investors. Maintenance of capital protects creditors, not shareholders' expectation. And shareholder rights begin and end with company constitution. Let this case be a reminder that in corporate law, contracts matter, and so does procedures. Justice does not always mean equalities. Sometimes it simply means law. And remember, understand your shares, protect your capital, and always respect the law.